A windy and dusty desert night in store at Wild Horse Pass. For LA Galaxy 2, first-round draft pick Josh Drack will face the stiffest competition of his career out wide, while for Phoenix, Arturo Rodriguez will start again, a shimmering personality growing into the squad rapidly. Rising Galaxy starts right now. The flags are certainly whipping, and so too are the cameras here at Wild Horse Pass. There's plenty of dust in the air, and perhaps there's a little magic as well here in Chandler, Arizona. Phoenix Rising at home to take on LA Galaxy 2. The 2021 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health. Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, glad one here today. Rising still in first.
With a win, Mike, they can go 4 points clear and 2 games in hand. These are the games later on in the season that you don't want to look back on and go, what if? Establish some dominance now. Let everybody else chase you down as we wind down 2021.
Devin, let's talk about some players here that could make a significant impact. 7 goals for Preston Judd this year.
Tied for third in the league, and the way that they're going to set up tonight with the lineup that Junior Gonzalez has brought, he's going to be isolated in a lot of 1v1 situations. He's scored in about 50% of their matches. Can he do it against a shape-shifty back line? You could make the same argument for David Egbo, who's going to be matched up against Isaac Bawa and Jesus Vasquez. Coming out of Akron, Jared Embick says he's a great talent. The Loney scored once. Can he do it 2 games running? Game winner last time out against Sacramento Republic.
Egbo is our player to watch, brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this one.
The carousel on the back line continues. Toby Adewale steps in. That is the only change, the shape shift that I talked about. Darnell King, expect him, as always, to get very high. Really love the addition of Arturo Rodriguez. Fresh blood on the inside. The combination with Quinn, and Lambert, if they can continue to take more steps, that's going to free up more opportunities in the final third. Waiting for Egbo, Asante, and Mowar to all get on the same page. Nice to have Tate Schmidt at outside back as well. For Junior Gonzalez, not surprising, he makes 3 changes. You're going to see Remy Cabral step onto the front line, Davila in the midfield, and Carlos Harvey. Here's the interesting thing to note for Junior Gonzalez. He's really only got one out-and-out attacker. Now, all of these guys underneath him, outside of Carlos Harvey, can step into the final third of the field. None of them, though, are known for their goal-scoring prowess. This is a team that's going to sit in, absorb pressure, and try and counter going the other direction. Keep an eye on Josh Drack at number 30 outside back, converted striker coming out of college.
Tonight's starting lineups were brought to you by Valley Chevy Dealers. And we're nearing kickoff here in Arizona, Phoenix, and LA when we return.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
The unknown is not empty. It's a storm that crashes and consumes, replacing thought with worry. But one thing can calm uncertainty: an answer. Uncovered through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. An answer that leads to even more answers. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Valley Chevy Dealers. LA Galaxy 2 is on the road to take on this high-flying Phoenix Rising. And Devin, that's not the only thing that might fly today. You lose a hot dog wrapper, it'll end up in another zip code.
What a start.
Well, we're nearing kickoff here. Is it just me who sees a lot of wind and thinks about my hot dog wrappers?
To be fair, I didn't know that hot dogs were an option tonight. I was still waiting on the currywurst around the corner.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Devin, if you're Phoenix Rising tonight, you have to feel like these are points for the taking that could bring you clear of the rest of the division. Rick Schantz and his side have played so well of late. Are they able to continue to carry that?
That's the hope. You know, the keys to the game here presented by Valley Chevy Dealers is the fact that it's home sweet home for Phoenix Rising. They just came off that 2-1 victory at Sacramento Republic. Home now, then 2 away games. One is an Eastern Conference trip all the way to Charlotte Independence and then to Oakland Roots. Time is of the essence, though, for Junior Gonzalez and Los Dos. How does that play out? This is a team that likes to set the tempo. They want to go end to end. You have to be careful, though. Go out early, grab a goal on the road, and then see if you can withstand the pressure down the stretch.
Those keys brought to you by Valley Chevy Dealers. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report. It's brought to you by Spooner Physical Therapy. Zach Lubin remains out. Andre Rawls starts in goal. And for LA Galaxy 2, they have reported no injuries. This Galaxy 2 team, let's be honest, Evan, it's scary, isn't it?
They can play. That's never been the issue for Junior Gonzalez's squad. How many games have we seen from them in general, yet alone here at Phoenix, where it's end-to-end type stuff, tempo, 100 miles an hour from the get-go. I'd say the same about Phoenix, of course. The question for the youngsters is always going to be, can you withstand that pressure? So many talented players on the front line for Phoenix Rising. Santi Moar, David Egbo, Solomon Asante just tonight. The relationship on the interior between Arturo Rodriguez and Aiden Quinn starting to take some steps. Got to watch the back line. Adewale stepping back in next to James Musa. That's going to be a fun one, especially with the way that Preston Judd likes to run up top.
A good bounce back for Phoenix against Sacramento last time out on the road. Yes, Sacramento finished reduced to 10. They did get the job done away from home, and only the one loss of late against San Diego. Now back on their home field against a Galaxy 2 side in free fall. 3 losses out of 4 games, a draw smashed in there. Two sides that certainly know how to score. The question is, will we keep this thing under the speed limit? Waiting for the official to get us underway here. We'll see what happens when the dust settles. We are underway at Wild Horse Pass. Phoenix Rising taking on LA Galaxy 2. Devin, any notable wind stories come to mind from your playing career? Because what we're seeing here isn't all that out of the ordinary, to be sure, in this neck of the woods, but it doesn't mean everyone's dealt with a wind that's going 30, 40 miles an hour.
Actually saw a ball come off a back line in a cup game in Germany where the goalkeeper was going for a clearance, was just inside the top of the 18, hit it on a dead drive, actually ended up behind him because the wind was so strong. Everything had to be on the ground. I was a spectator, but still a part of the tournament, doing a little bit of scouting in the off time. Didn't go in the back of the net, by the way.
The wind is officially 17 miles an hour at kickoff, but the gusts will be stronger than that. Musa operating from the back. Quinn drops in. Aiden Quinn. His name written in Sharpie of late for Phoenix Rising. Throw for Tate Schmidt. You and I got a chance to see Tate Schmidt quite a bit at Monarchs. Schmidt on the move. Lines the cross, seeking Egbo. Lambert stepped forward and LA into possession. This will be a Phoenix throw. There's Drac. Highlighted him right at the outset. Drac delivers early. It's no problem at all for Rawls, who makes start number 5 since coming into the side.
Those are the good looks that you're going to get out of Josh Drac, though, in these overlapping runs. Junior Gonzalez trying to find a way to utilize him in a different light than what we saw out of his time spent in college. Transition from Grand Canyon to the University of Denver. Jamie Franks taking over that job after Bobby Muse left for Wake Forest, and a guy who could simply distribute and put the ball in the back of the net.
Lamb. Oh, that's a clear handball. Referee,
oh my.
I believe he completely missed that. The AR surely had an eye on that. Staggering. Just a missed clearance. The wind is going to make it a nightmare all day. And you can see why the captain is saying, hey, come on. It's Vasquez saying, how do you miss this?
It's Darnell King on the back post. Arms extended away from the body. Comes up off the turf. I mean, there's daylight. It's hard to, as a defender, to not let this arm extend away from you, Mike. They say a natural position. I promise you, you're cutting inside, clipping off at a 15 or 20 mile an hour rate. It's hard to hold your balance with your arms by your side. It's still a pen.
Carvana corner kick. This is headed away.
I'm at a 4-0 right now. You want me to,
and Devin, you can speak to it as a defender as well. This is a positive turn and gets lashed out by Schmidt. There's no intent from Darnell King whatsoever.
No.
However,
again, you're cutting inside, the ball's coming off the deck, you're running, you're looking over your right. And by the way, you want me to hop up and down like I'm Gumby, arm straight to the side. It's an insane ask out of IFAB.
But the ask nonetheless, right? Another Carvana corner kick early on here for LA. You can tell the Banditos don't care whether it was a missed call or not. Ball across is sent out of the stadium altogether.
It's a good little start here for LA Galaxy too, though, on the road. Again, I said that time was of the essence when it came to tease the game. Go out early. Don't let this team slug you right in the face right off the bat. If that happens, you're never getting up off the mat here. Wild Horse Pass is the new home of Phoenix Rising, but it's the same old fans that will not allow you to get back into this game if you go down early.
Sante tried to get a touch. Chance for a bike. Contact high on King. Well, the effort's not a terrible one, to be honest, from Bawa. Harvey. Lamb. Go all the way back to Von Stieg. Goalkeeper you could call LA Galaxy too. And this will get all the way through. It's Judd. 7 goals on the year. He'll try and be the assister here. The slide in by Toby Adewale. And that was last off the LA Galaxy attacker.
This is the speed that I talk about, Mike. He peels off that back shoulder, and for James Musa and Toby Adewale, head on a swivel. Simple as that. You are never safe with Preston Judd at the top of this thing. You're going to commit yourself. You better be real sure you can get there, because this is how quickly he can turn the corner. And check the little step coming up through the middle.
Aguirre. Not a lot in that at all. And Rodriguez doesn't appreciate it, a foul. That could have been trouble for a shorter goalkeeper. Rawls uses height, and Hernandez watches that swerve toward the goal line, and an injured player down here for Phoenix. Musa holding his mouth.
The barking orders at the referee as well. Not happy that this goes unnoticed inside the box as this gets whipped in. Look at the shirts, Mike. Look at everybody's jerseys just moving within this. Jorge Hernandez, it's not the best ball, and just behind it, Carlos Harvey, and he colliding a tiny bit. A little surprised that Andre Rawls is back in goal, and that's not a disrespectful comment. I mean in the sense of the rotation that has been back and forth between he and Ben Loon. Good luck with that kind of ball.
Wow.
That thing literally came straight down out of the sky. Everything has to be on the deck right now if you're Phoenix Rising, fighting into this wind. As a center back, a couple steps back when these long balls come up over the top, because it's going to carry. It's going to be much easier for the wing play to take steps offensively, Mike, because they're going to be able to get you on the bounce. It's going to hop up off the deck and take off.
And even on the deck, appeared to slow its roll. Schmidt. Harvey goes down under Mowar. Mowar. Quinn plays this ball through now. Egbo has already had a sterling start to his lone stint in Phoenix. Gets the return here from Mowar. Egbo crossing for Asante. This is a foul on Mowar. Mowar with a dismissive shake back.
He wants a handball here as well. I mean, they're making the same argument for Phoenix Rising that Galaxy was making inside 5 minutes on the other end of the field.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, it doesn't look like there's actual contact there from Santi Mowar. Intent, possibly.
Contact galore here. And now a free kick for Phoenix.
Not surprising, they have gone flatter in the midfield as we suspected. Jorge Hernandez, Remy Cabral just dropping down a bit further. Preston Judd, the lone man up top, and trying to compact the space right now. Carlos Harvey is going to be the key component defensively, Mike, because he's going to get the best look at this four moving in front of him.
This struck well, but Rawls leaps over. Harvey has been very busy at the outset.
The game's going to continue forward in this manner. You take a look back at the fixtures that these teams have had over the past 4 seasons, Mike, all the way back to the rebrand in 17. 10 games between these two squads. Only once has it ended with a 1-goal game. That was back on April 11th in 2018. One other time you had a 2-0 game for Phoenix. The thing to think about is all of them have ended in Phoenix Rising victories, but you're looking at last year, 4-0, 4-1, 4-1, 2019, 3-2, 4-1, 2018, 4-3, 1-0. keep going. 3-goal game, 3-goal game, 5-goal game, 6-goal game. That's what I said coming in. This thing would be a lot faster if not for the elements. It's going to be an uphill battle the entire first half for Phoenix Rising. This is one of the ones, Mike, where put the ball on the deck, let it do the work, try and find a way to progress through the half. If you can pick an opportunity out, great. Dead ball situations never hurt, but you've got to withstand the pressure coming from the wind and then get yourself the second half and chase this down.
Hand fight between Vasquez and Egbo, immediately put out by LA. Schmidt. Mowar tried to tap it through. Schmidt recovers and seeds back again to this midfield through Davila. Intercepted en route to Hernandez. Egbo's fouled. That's Vasquez escaping any further punishment.
A little surprised here that they have switched Isaac Bawa and Jesus Vasquez. It's 100% a foul, but normally he lines up, even though he's wearing the captain's armband. The right side of this back line can play either side, of course, but with Isaac Bawa, who tends to float to the left, can even play outside marking back over there. Early on in the season, he's coming off an injury, just trying to find a way to get his rhythm back. Really seen that over the course of the opening part of the 2021 campaign for LA Galaxy 2.
It'll be Rodriguez. Header down, and Van Steeg is there. Dev, when's the last time you saw the ad boards in a game laid down on the end lines?
That's laid down. A couple of the crowd mics talked about how they had to step off for a second, and I'll be on administrative leave. Be right back. What's the matter? The video boards are in the parking lot.
Sends Aguirre weaving back and forth. Judd helped up by the official here. And it's Harvey in play. Harvey. Sante slowed him down. It's a magnificent start to the season for LA Galaxy 2. It's slowed certainly over the last 4 games. A little more support coming in from the MLS side this year than was felt last year due to the precautions related to COVID-19. Judd. But we've seen some epic goal scorers out of Galaxy 2 the last few years. I mean, Ari Lassiter going back to 14-15. Ethan Zubak comes to mind. Judd's just the latest.
Kai Karenia can throw his name into the mix for sure. Of course, who can forget Augustine Williams? What he's been able to do for this team last year and this year as well. Not exactly the same form at all. No goals to his name yet, but guy who finished second in the Golden Boot chase was trying to run down Junior Flemings at the tail end of things. Came up 1 goal short.
Yeah, came close, didn't he? Asante for Rodriguez. Advantage played. Mowar making this run. Mowar strikes.
It's that good and it's that fast for Phoenix Rising. When this team is clicking on all cylinders, they are elite. It's simple. And watch the trailing run by Santi Mowar. More importantly, who picks it up? Arturo Rodriguez. He has been a shining light for this team ever since coming into the starting lineup.
Hits the deck a couple different ways. LA in possession. You know, LA Galaxy 2, in truth, was one of the first teams through the door with the concept of a 2-team. They were the first through the door. And while Phoenix was holding down the West Coast, Egbo chasing in the back of Bawa. He handles that. I mean, Phoenix and Orange County were basically out on the West Coast alone for a long time in this league. Galaxy 2 came in, made a run to the USL Championship final in 15. They've gone younger and younger as time has gone on. They still put out tremendous talents. Shuffled the king. Drac. There's the shot, and it's wide of the post. Equality Health is proud to be the season presenting sponsor of Phoenix Rising. At Equality Health, they help doctors manage the business of care so they can spend more time giving you the personalized care you deserve. To stay healthy this season, be sure to make your wellness check appointment with your doctor today. Don't have a doctor? Then visit equalityhealth.com.
Now they're playing. Nice step through Lambert.
Lambert ahead. Here's Asante. Asante has that slid out by Bawa.
This is what you want out of Kevin Lambert, though. What a step right through the middle. Deep lying roll, but to break the pressure through here and just blow by Carlos Harvey. Unselfish, though. Could have easily continued this run. Notices that he just has to lay it off to Solomon Asante. Got to give credit to Isaac Bawa, though. Great recovery on the back line.
24-year-old making his 6th start of the season. Corner delivered, and it flicks in. The opening goal, it's Schmidt. That goal is brought to you by Arizona Federal Credit Union. And after a couple of bounces, Schmidt knocks it in. Phoenix has the advantage.
You wondered what the reception would be for Tate Schmidt on loan from RSL. Bagged himself 3 goals in that championship run back in 2019. He's already grabbed 2 in a Phoenix Rising uniform. Nice little flick into the bottom corner. The journey for Tate Schmidt has been quite complex. All-American coming out of Louisville, playing in the 9th spot, dropping into the 10. Rick Shunt saw him at FC Tucson, was his manager. He always said that at the next level, he would be most successful as an outside back. Already a title under his belt as a loanee for the Monarchs, finding reps with RSL as an outside back and a center back, and now starting for Phoenix Rising and performing at a quality level in the Western Conference of the USL Championship.
Could Mowar get under this? He did. Mowar is overrun. Bawa and the backs certainly have their work cut out for them now. Phoenix has finally figured out how to get this going. First 15 minutes seemed a bit flummoxed. The wind whipping in their face. And now Phoenix holds this advantage through Schmidt.
You can still play in these conditions, Mike. You just have to be smart. You want to knock a ball over the top, that's fine. Drive through it. Same thing. If you watch all the crisp passes that are on the floor, they're not hitting it with a check. There's intent. You know, they're pushing their momentum through the ball. Even the little ball by Lambert seconds ago, it's a 6-yard ball through the back line that allows Solomon Asante to step on it and then continue the movement going forward. But if he just pokes at it, it's going to be easy enough for 2 things. 1, not enough momentum. Wind will pick it up, even if it's on the ground. 2, Bawa can step in earlier. Instead, you drive through it, give it a little extra oomph, and everybody can just continue the progress.
Speaking of keeping the progress, Harvey went all the way into the corner. He slides in once more. Hernandez. Step by Davila. Hernandez. Phoenix has won it. Lambert not entirely through. Drac. Drac now cuts this back brilliantly for Cabral. Swung and missed. That's a hospital ball for Mowar, but works out. Rodriguez, Egbo, this came off Bawa. Egbo slides, Asante!
Speechless, Mike. The guiding light, the captain through thick and thin. Great vision by David Egbo. Doesn't need to do any more work here. Solomon Asante one-on-one with Vom Steeg. 99.9% of the time, this ends up in the back of the net. He doesn't even hit the frame. Keep it inside the 8x8. This catches a tiny kiss off the outside post.
Dev, it's funny. I was going to say, if you give him 1,000 of those, you'll make 999, and you went about it the percentage route.
I mean, it's right there.
Man.
I've never seen him miss one of those.
Well, everybody gets one. We'll see how the response is. Let's head it over toward the supporters. LA is barking that should be a corner. It's not. It is a goal kick. And look, Devin, I think, you know, at some point the expectation is Solomon Asante is going to put on a cape and be Superman whenever you need it.
He hasn't yet?
He's done it plenty. But once in a while, even the greats have to miss one, right? I mean, it's an imperfect. He's human. He proved finally he's human. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. Devin, you need a new truck. Over there, buddy.
I don't drive Fords. Maybe from Sanderson. Maybe from Sanderson. You know better.
Fine, I'll take a Focus. It's fine.
Well, you got to understand, too. I mean, think about it. They're going to have to put that in a flatbed and ship it all the way out here.
I know.
Although, maybe we could get, you know, we could get Corey to drive it out. Corey Robertson, I'm sure that we could have a little fun, and I could bribe him, right?
It's easy enough.
Here's the deal. I'll take a new deal from Sanderson Ford on the new F-150. You got to drive it cross country.
Rodriguez, everybody's dropping. Arturo Rodriguez is dancing now. Out to Hernandez. It's a game of Red Rover right now. Centered up for Davila. The touch let him down. Wow. Wow. Are planes taking off at Sky Harbor or what? There's the strike, and Rawls collapses over it. Musa. Bawa. He goes down. Schmidt. Goal scorer inside 20 minutes for Phoenix. Mowar. Boy, Egbo. Egbo's offside, which is literally insult to injury. That came up and caught him all wrong. It was a missile from Mowar. And Egbo is in some serious discomfort. He's gotten back up to the applause here. The Phoenix fans who are just getting to know David Egbo.
Good to see him back up on his feet. Santi Moar. Oops, it's going to leave a mark. Signed, sealed, and delivered from the Spaniard, huh? I told you that goalkeepers are a special breed. Maybe I need to have a conversation with David Egbo and the willingness to stand in front of one of those strikes.
I'm not sure he knew much about it. Devin, it was so fun talking with Rick Shantz about David Egbo because he's talking about him in a way that makes you think Rick is happier by being in his presence all the time.
Well, I joked, I said that. He said he's the guy who smiles the most
Right.
on the field. I said, more than Solomon Asante? I paused. Just a little different.
Different.
Happy like a kid.
Said, what, a 14-year-old? You know, it's funny, the only other time I've heard that description used about a professional footballer was actually about Corey Herzog. The old coach at Pittsburgh said he's the biggest 14-year-old I know. Apparently Egbo fits the bill as well. Happy, positive, full of energy. Aguirre sends this outside. Cabral whips this through, and Rawls parries it out the other way. Good job not to leave a rebound too close. Bawa. Slide by Egbo, wasn't quite able to catch up to it. LA corner. Some kind of party over there. Carvana corner. That flag can stay up, and if that ball doesn't move. Good from Lambert. Drac for Judd. So play is going to go all the way back. Arturo Rodriguez was doing a bit of a hand fight scenario, so advantage was played. That's as far as that'll get. I'm surprised, Devin, especially Bawa, the willingness of LA Galaxy's center backs to steamroll upfield in the attack. You don't see that all that often, that level of willingness to
dribble.
It's
the win. 100% it's the win.
He doesn't believe he can beat in behind with it, right?
It's all the win.
Yeah.
You got to understand right now, some of the biggest assets you have coming off of this back line, Adewale, James Musa, Kevin Lambert when he drops in, is the ability to ping a 30 or 40-yard ball, whether up over the top or a diagonal. We've seen it's almost impossible at this point in time to do that. So you can take a little bit of chance stepping forward into that space, especially considering the fact, and I addressed this, Mike, about 5 minutes in, they don't exactly have out-and-out wingers or strikers on the field outside of Preston Judd. So any sort of help you can get, height, physicality, numbers, LA Galaxy 2 are going to take.
You think Asante is going for goal?
Yeah, exactly.
If this were going the other way, maybe. Turo's going to go with Aiden Quinn here. It was rain in the area, and it appears it is beginning to fall here now. Wild Horse Pass. Hoping we get a dry night. Ball forward, bounces toward Lambert. Bawa. As far as Schmidt. Moar. Asante. Asante! Asante does not win a penalty. And now the other way. Drac. All right, there's a lot to dig into here.
the game angle looked like yes, but watch this backside to dive. Doesn't catch him. Watch the left foot by Vasquez as you follow through on him. It's all about the trailing leg here by the center back coming through.
Foul here. Quinn goes down under Harvey. The rain appears like it's coming down in sheets right now.
And myself included, I actually thought this was a penalty too, Mike, but when you go back, and we have the luxury of instant replay to see it, 3 different angles we saw until you finally get the look that the referee has one-on-one with Solomon Asante.
Free kick, Phoenix. Let's do it again here.
Vasquez, the leg goes to ground here. Now watch the leg. Dive, no. Doesn't get him, it's simple. He doesn't touch him. Holy rain. The wind, the sand, it's Armageddon out there.
Rodriguez, good combination. Asante, this will come to Mowar. Mowar, a blast handled by Vom Steeg. And Vom Steeg, with the way this game is progressing, will start to feel like there's a target on his back. Stillmore, Mowar.
Yeah, good pressure in 2v1 there. 0-1 by LA Galaxy. Santi Mowar was trying to find Egbo. He was just shielded just behind the shoulder of Jesus Vasquez. Little tiny spaces they're trying to work. Santi Mowar in an offside position. A bad little ball played through. I will say that as the game has gone on, though they're still open to be picked apart, Phoenix Rising, they've handled the wind much better than the opening 15 minutes that we saw. This is a totally different look for them moving forward, creating some clear-cut opportunities. And the one-offs that are LA Galaxy 2, and Preston Judd are only going to get more difficult as this game goes on. Tired legs are going to creep in, and remember the second half, this battle that Rising is fighting, you're going to have to turn and play into it, and it's raining. Got to find an equalizer before halftime.
Lamb. Free kick. Taken away here, Mowar. Egbo. Mowar sent. Mowar delivers. That is a shot right in the foot for Vasquez. Puts it out for a corner. Corner, this will fall. Lambert watches this ricochet out.
Isaac Bawa once again. Get this kid a medal for his performance in the first half.
Really though.
Tackles around the box, the slide just now in front of Kevin Lambert. This is easily 2-0 if not for the young center back.
Carvana corner. Punched away this time, Vom Steeg. Asante kept it, but it was momentary. look, Devin, I know once in a while we can have a little bit of fun. This will pop up to Vom Steeg. But occasionally the ball whips around too fast for a camera, but I can tell you, I'd want hazard pay to be standing on top of any of these platforms right now running a camera, I'll tell you that. Attack is on here, Aguirre. This is true yeoman's work on these cameras today.
Movements like this, though, Mike, from Daniel Aguirre are what got him onto this team. Coming out of UC Riverside, actually spent the preseason with LA Galaxy, the first team. A new coach, new philosophies, trying to find some new players. Comes on loan, impressed so much that they signed him even before preseason had finished for Galaxy, hadn't even gone into camp for Galaxy 2. It's pretty impressive too. They can really utilize him anywhere they want. Play him at the bottom of a diamond. Just in a more advanced position, flat across the floor, bump him up onto the front line if need be, though more appropriately fits as an 8.
Quinn, service, away, skipped over Rodriguez. Still through Lambert, out from Schmidt, Moar. Tate Schmidt once more, scored inside 20 minutes. Phoenix ahead here against LA. Rodriguez, Bawa. Probably the man of the match for LA right now.
Has to be. Some kind of performance here in the first half, and another opportunity for him to step in. Vasquez is covering a lot of ground, but Bawa is the one who's making these game-saving tackles. It is a two-man effort on that back line. Near impossible to shut down all the boys on the front three for Phoenix Rising, and they have done so for the most part. And a lot of opportunities for boys in red here in the first half. Like Galaxy started well, they're just really struggling to maintain that momentum. I mentioned that time was of the essence for their keys to this game, and they've really struggled with that, to be honest. Junior Gonzalez is going to know that if they go in to the dressing room at halftime, look at this. Little 9-iron on dogleg left there. They've got to find a way to at least build some sort of momentum. It's one thing, Mike, to have some chances. It's another to not be the aggressor here when you've got the win and you can chase this game and really apply some pressure.
So find Bawa, the Ghanaian, in his second year in the Galaxy organization. Vom Steeg.
It's brilliant defensively by the Rising. They drop Egbo in and they basically eliminate Carlos Harvey. You can't play through him. Everything's up over the top or to the outside.
Rolled to Drac. Hernandez. And this off frame from Harvey. Back up the gut. Don't forget, if you can't make it to the game, you can watch Phoenix Rising Soccer live on CW 61. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, because Moar is trying to give something to really watch. Asante. And there's the cross for Egbo.
They grab another one here before halftime. Watch out if you're LA Galaxy too. Solomon Asante, I will give him credit for this. It's not the form from 2019 in the double-double or from 2020, not at this point in time. However, his understanding that no matter where he is on the field, he's always going to have help That is a very different role than what's gone on in previous seasons. That time from Darnell King. Here's another one from Rodriguez. Just the understanding, Mike, that he's always going to have some sort of assistance, and to play it in too. Might want him to be a bit more selfish in certain areas. But great vision and execution on that play.
Schmidt. Schmidt. Denied. King stridently crossing for Egbo. Rodriguez.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
What a recovery.
That's a golf shot. King. Asante. Asante pirouettes. Egbo denied by Vom Steeg.
How did Arturo Rodriguez keep this in? Some kind of work. He's already earned his spot. Now it's about keeping it. That'll help. Good turn by Solomon Asante. Little deflection, come back across. And then Vom Steeg, if he is anywhere else in goal, this is in the back of the net. Right place, right time for the goalkeeper.
Wow. And look, if LA gets a result here, you can look at two hugely uncharacteristic non-goals in this first half. Moar. Header caught by Vom Steeg. Devin, you had something to tell us about.
Don't forget, if you can't make it to the game, you can watch Phoenix Rising Soccer live on CW61 Arizona and channel 1006. Or stream it live on the ABC 15 app on Roku and other streaming platforms. CW61, your home for Phoenix Rising.
Thanks, Josh Eastern. Mike Watts in for Josh Eastern with Devin Kerr alongside. Closing in on the tail end of the first half. Tonight's stoppage time is brought to you by Sprouts. 1 minute.
Really unfortunate that LA Galaxy 2 wasn't able to pick a goal here in the first half, Mike, because for Phoenix Rising, I don't want to say I'm shocked that they got one, but given the start and the wind, felt like this was going to be very difficult. But here's the word that's going to surround their performance in the opening 45 minutes: professional. This was about game management, getting to halftime, and they've done it with a 1-0 lead.
Well, this is the old adage, uphill in the sand both ways. And the rain pouring down as well. That was the scene pregame. That was the scene during the game. That was the scene as the game started. And these are the scenes as the game continued. Phoenix gets the goal through Tate Schmidt. Got highlights, stats, a look around the league, and oh, so much more when we return.
Welcome to the Phoenix Rising Halftime Show. I'm Craig Fouy, sitting alongside Rising head coach Rick Schatz. And Coach, first, congratulations. You got another win at Sacramento. That's 2 this season.
Yeah, I thought the guys played really well. I was very, very pleased. And you know, Solo Sante's free kick was I think a just deserved. And Then Sacramento gets a red card, and you're feeling pretty good, up 1-0 with the team down to 10. And I told the guys at halftime that the second goal would be the most important, and not to let off the foot and to keep going. And I think sometimes when you do that, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We score the second goal, and then I think we took our foot off the gas a little. But credit to Sacramento. They came with a lot of intensity. It looks a lot like us when we're losing 2-0 at home or 2-0 at San Diego, and you play with that kind of as Monty Williams said, desperation. When you're the desperate team, you kind of take a lot more risks. You're much more aggressive, much more physical, and being on the road, their crowd really got into it there at the end. But we held on, so that's all that matters at this point.
You got the win, you got on the road. And let me ask you this too, because I think I saw something where you guys allowed one shot on goal in the first half. Is that right? Something
I was really pleased organizationally. The defense was fantastic. There's a statistic called passes per defensive actions. So with the other team, how many times they pass the ball before we have a defensive action, and I think it was down to like 7 passes before there was a defensive action, and usually it's like 15. So it was fantastic. And the guys were really fired up. They were really bought into the game plan to press and to get after Sacramento, not let them have any joy, and I think it paid off.
Is defense just a mentality? Is it just an effort?
For me, offense is really like a byproduct of defensive aggressiveness. So if you're, as I always say, it's the old Arkansas days of 90 minutes of hell and run and gun and UNLV, but get after the opponent, make it hard for them. Don't allow them the ability to play. And I think when teams try to do that to us, we're good enough to break their pressure down and get in behind them. So Phoenix has done a really good job. The players have done a good job of buying into that aggressive mentality.
We'll be back with more here on the Phoenix Rising Halftime Show right after this.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers. Managed IT and cloud services. Unified communications and telephones. Security systems and cameras. Complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific
Yourself at Carvana.com.
Hey everyone, this is Oscar Jimenez from Louisville City FC.
Hi, my name is Carl Howarth. I currently play for the Indy 11.
What's up everybody? It's Connor Sparrow with the Miami SC.
Josué Soto checking in here. Austin Bold FC.
Hello guys, this is Luis Herrera from El Paso Locomotive. Just wanted to share with you guys my favorite soccer moment, and that would be the day I made my professional debut for El Paso, which is my hometown.
Anderson swings it in. Barry making the run, gets a deflection. He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. And the save from Cardoni. It's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in. Brilliant.
Halftime is brought to you by Valley Chevy Dealers. That's a lot of rain, and it should be continuing through the majority of this second half. Phoenix 1, LA 0 at halftime. In for Josh Easter, Mike Watts with Devin Kerr. Here are the news and notes. international duty. Gold Cup is right around the corner. Qualifying is concluding on Tuesday. 16 players from the league have been called in.
No Lambert. Interesting one for Phoenix Rising. We'll get into that in the second half. Seba back with Mark Lowry on El Paso Locomotive to help out in the final third. Maybe we'll talk about that too. Brandon Allen, I said to you, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Neil Collins went after him because they said he bagged goals at every single stop. You hope, if you're Oakland Roots, he can do the same.
And then the USL Championship is on ESPN2 again, Colorado Springs and San Antonio. I've refused to do that game. That's a true story. More on that later, too. Here's the Pacific Division. These are live. This is if this result holds.
The game's in hand. LA Galaxy, too. For them, the problem is the amount of games that they've played already. You know, it was a quick start for them. You mentioned 4 games without a win, 3 losses in that time frame, just the 1 point. Everybody else below, Oakland Roots, Las Vegas Lights, Tacoma, haven't really seen great glimpses out of them at all. I will say, in the game, and we talked about it, that point on the road for Sacramento Republic was so important. That could be the Kickstarter for the rest of their season.
Absolutely. Valley Chevy Dealers halftime continues. Phoenix 1, Galaxy 2-0.
Welcome back to the Phoenix Rising halftime show. Craig Fouye alongside head coach Rick Schatz. And coach, you got LA Galaxy 2 tonight, but then you're on the road for a couple of trips. Charlotte, all the way to the East Coast, and then back to Oakland.
Yeah, this is a big game, you know, kind of sandwiched in between 2 road trips, and you want to be at home in front of your fans and celebrating the 4th of July and making sure that we can get 3 points here, because when you go on the road, especially the Eastern Conference, it's a 3-hour time difference after a 4-hour flight. Makes things pretty challenging. And then we have to turn around, fly home, you get 1 night in your bed, and then you fly to Oakland. So this is where our depth in the team will get tested, and I'm glad we have a lot of good players.
We've talked about this before, but you like those games against the Eastern Conference, right? You like to go back and play a Charlotte or a Tampa.
Yeah, it's important. You know, if you want to win the championship, you kind of have to have an idea of what you're going to face in the final. And the Eastern Conference is very, very direct, very aggressive, very, very physical. We saw it with Tampa when we went out there, and I expect it'll be a difficult game at Charlotte.
You had mentioned a few weeks ago you've not been to Charlotte, so you're looking forward to going. Not that it's a vacation for you, but what does Charlotte offer? What do they have on the field that we don't know about?
Well, they're a good team. I think they're going to be playing in a new venue, and they've built there's an old stadium, a real famous stadium there, and they're going to have a great crowd. You know, very organized team. Their coach has been in the league for a long time. I have a lot of respect for him. And they've got some very, very talented guys. They picked up a couple players from the Western Conference, and they're going to be tough for us, you know. But right now we're really focused on getting 3 points at LA and making sure that we win this game.
And then after that one, you have that quick turnaround to Oakland, and that's going to be a tough one too because of that, just the time difference.
Right. With just a short window. The good news is we've played Oakland once, so we kind of know the team, we know them. But at home, it's a different ball game. You know, they resurfaced their stadium. What I hear, it's an awesome venue and a great crowd. They're really into it. So our guys are excited to go there.
And those are fun too, because you get the sense that, I don't want to say fun because you're still trying to win games, get points, but when you have 2 road trips like that back to back, it puts the guys in a different situation that they have to deal with, correct?
Absolutely. That's what I always tell them, is that we find out a lot more about ourselves when in adverse situations than you do when it's nice and easy. And
this has been the Phoenix Rising halftime show here on CW61. Second half action coming up next.
The unknown is not empty. It's a storm that crashes and consumes, replacing thought with worry. But one thing can calm uncertainty: an answer. Uncovered through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. An answer that leads to even more answers. Mayo Clinic.
Starts off with a little seed, and with a little love from nature, it sprouts to life. And when delicious fresh fruits and veggies are perfect, they are rushed to the home of fresh. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Does anyone really understand kids? Phoenix Children's does. And as they grow, our pediatricians are with them, and you, every step of the way. Phoenix Children's. Meet our pediatricians.
Halftime is brought to you by Valley Chevy Dealers. Phoenix 1 and LA Galaxy 2-0. Mike Watts, Devin Kerr. Thought we'd walk you through the highlights. Why not? This was a game heavily impacted by the elements. We begin in the 19th minute, however. Phoenix started to figure it out right around this time, and Schmidt didn't have to travel very far in the air.
No, they had already had a couple of opportunities. You can walk on one end, but he's flying on the other, and through the wind, I might add. I was actually very surprised at their ability to navigate this wind, Mike. 20, 30-mile-an-hour bursts, and yet still able to play through it. Solomon Asante, back-to-back double-double seasons. All he needs is one. Escapes him. Can almost always tuck that away in the bottom corner. Doesn't do it. Continue to apply the pressure. Great build-up, and then watch the hustle. Don't mind if you do. Arturo Rodriguez has earned that shirt, wants to keep it, and then so calmly just plays it through. Darnell King with a little overlap. Solomon Asante can't get it off, but watch Eggball on the doorstep. Good turn, good strike, great save by Vom Steeg.
And here are your halftime stats. 9 shots for LA, but you'll notice almost all of them felt like they were too far out to ever really test Andre Rawls.
Second half is going to be extremely difficult here for LA Galaxy 2. Phoenix Rising now have the wind. You wonder what the weather, looks like here in the second half. I can imagine that tempo is going to go 100 miles an hour for Rising. Can Galaxy 2 fight back in, grab a goal, maybe 2, and still get out of here with the result?
Let's hear the thoughts of the manager, Rick Schantz, at halftime.
I thought we did really well in the first half, considering that the wind was at our face. We struggled a little bit in our build-up, but the guys solved it. We started to calm down. I think the goal was really helpful. It took a little bit of pressure off the team, and we started to play with more joy. We should be up 2 or 3 goals. We have to finish those chances, but ultimately now we have the wind at our back. It's going to make it difficult for them. We can press and be a little more aggressive, but we've got to finish our chances.
What's the message at halftime?
We have to be better with the ball. Too many silly turnovers.
You hear from Rick Schantz there at halftime, and Devin, that sounds pretty well like what you said.
Well, just with the understanding that you get out of there at 0-0, you're happy, Mike, yet alone the fact that you're able to grab a goal. Courtesy of Tate Schmidt, 20th minute. Flip the script now. Win behind your back.
LA is planning a change here at halftime. For what it's worth, Rick Schantz said in his pregame availability, we're going to have a heck of a fireworks show on the field. And afterwards, the fans can stick around and watch some fireworks as well. We are underway, and it's LA throwing the first jab. Phoenix, top of the Pacific Division coming into the night. They can expand that advantage. LA 4 on the bounce without a victory. They started well this season, but they've watched as Orange County and San Diego have found their form around them. Axel Picasso came on at halftime. Ball across Asante. Asante! How in the world did he get that under Vom Steeg? It's 2-0.
Special moments from special players by Solomon Asante. It escaped him on that chance in the first half. What an individual effort this is, though, by Solo. The magnificent form in 19 and 20, finally poking its head out here by the Ghanaian. These transitional moments, the wind, the rain, none of that mattered. Through the 5-hole for Vom Steeg. 48 regular season goals coming in. He had 12 games to get to 50 to become the fastest player ever to 100 goals. Excuse me, 50 goals. Right now, currently sitting on 100 appearances for Chandler Hoffman. That's his 7th of the season. Watch out, more to come here in the second half.
Dev, I don't know, man. If I'm being honest, he's probably going to be the fastest to 100, too. look, at this point, continue to play like this, you write your ticket to an extent. Hernandez rolls, waves at that.
You can't fault the goalkeeper. I mean, he does everything right for the most part. He's even got the trailing leg pushing right through. Bromstein goes to ground, got the near post covered. Just as you come down to try and lock down the space, it's really well worked. The visionary Solomon Asante slips it through. Not the start that you're looking for if you're Junior Gonzalez.
No, certainly not. Carvana corner kick to come here. Hernandez. That bounces all the way through. Bawa, who's seemingly everywhere all at once. Clipped back over the top. That's away. Hernandez kept it alive. Floated forward to Aguirre. Okay, Hernandez wins another corner. Asante and Schmidt have scored for Phoenix. LA trying to take advantage of a set piece, as Phoenix did on this end in the first half. Well handled by Aguirre. Bawa tried to send it through a wall of red shirts. Circles outside. Bounces all the way to Hernandez once more. Hernandez got by Rodriguez, and with a deflection, pops up off Adewale and rolls.
This is really good defending, though, by Toby Adewale, because he gets all the way back down to the end line and is able to step into this thing. If he's chasing this, Mike, it comes in behind and can make its way to one of the runners who's crashing the party on the top of the 18, and he's got 3 of them.
Egbo. Well, it's 1v2 here and 3v3 in the box, oddly enough. This will fly out of play.
Go back to the chance a second ago, Mike. This is what I'm talking about. Structure on the back line. Where do the runs come from? As they work it through and it starts to break down on the other end. When this comes to the far side, watch the marking on the middle. Lambert, Musa all have marked up, and then Adewale gets to the near post, then turns and attacks this thing. I don't care that it slips through and Andre Rawls picks it up. I care that the athletic ability gives him the opportunity to get in the right space.
This is a great run that's finally broken up on the ball through from Davila. Aguirre. Asante appeared to catch a stud to the foot. Hernandez has options for Drac, and Asante covers all that ground. Asante will trot away from this. Devin, now that we've had a chance to see Asante and Moar on either side of David Egbo, he's come in on loan, clearly is added something to the room. You still have Rufat Dadashov, who's getting healthier. How have you started to identify the difference in those players and the best way for Phoenix to use them moving forward as long as Egbo remains in the side? I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches to an extent.
I want to make sure I don't get myself into trouble here, too. Think about it this way. Everybody's happy when they're scoring goals and winning, right? Also understand that you've got a 9 who needs to score goals. It's as simple as that. And it's a position in this organization they've never had to worry about. And think about what they've dealt with since the rebrand in 17. I mean that in a good way. Chris Cortez, Didier Drogba, Adam John, Rufat Dadashov. There's 4 bagging double-digit goals every single year over the past 4 seasons. So it's a slow start for the number 9 spot. The good news is Santi Moar and Solomon Asante haven't been slow in those areas, at least statistically. It's not just a goals number as well. You know, it's a different look with Egbo as opposed to Rufat Dadashov. Defensively, different shape. Can you get everybody healthy first and foremost? They're on the path to that. Can you instill some confidence in both of them? You're 1 out of 2 in that equation. And the fact that you're getting guys like Arturo Rodriguez coming out of the middle, of course, Aiden Quinn can help you out in those areas too. It's not as big of a concern as it could be, and you hope it stays that way. That's probably the best way to describe it right now, because neither one are playing at top form. I would give credit to David Egbo right now. He has definitely stepped in and, again, gets the game winner, scores the 2nd goal in the Sacramento Republic game, ends up with their failed comeback. Remember, down to 10 men. They still grab one in the 72nd minute to get it within 1.
Asante a drive from Stieg. Spit that out, and Egbo pressured.
The sentiments will start to echo in a different area if teams, and I use that phrase very lightly, if teams find ways to shut down Solomon Asante and Santi Moar. That's when people start to look and go, okay, the 9's not there, right?
This will find Egbo. Track slides in. Referee had a look. Play continues. Asante on Stieg. Hernandez wanted the return. Adewale gesturing after getting a touch to it. Aguirre, who's playing that attacking midfield role for LA, is pushed forward effectively as well. Grinding all the way through. Not bad at all from Axel Picasso, who came on at halftime.
There's a little shape change here. Carlos Harvey Aguirre dropping a bit further underneath, but Axel Picasso, you have to understand the vision for this young man. Came up in the system in the Philadelphia Union Academy, and he was part of the tweak that went from a very traditional 4-2-3-1 where they stacked 2s up top, gave them more freedom on the outside. They will let him roam, and he will attack.
Hernandez, header, second effort, just a hair high. Great moments in life happen when you're together, because great moments are meant to be shared, just like great tequila. The official tequila of Phoenix Rising, 100% good vibes, 100% agave. Enjoy 100% responsibly. Tequila El Jimador, 40% alcohol content by volume. And Devin and I are here with 3 gallons of water in the room. Don't get to enjoy the same way these days like we used to.
Give it time. The aftermath is beckoning tomorrow night.
Hernandez held up, and Adewale whistled. You and I had a chance to speak with the Brain Trust in its totality for Phoenix ahead of what should have been the USL Championship final, and they had their eye certainly on Adewale as a good fit there. And as you've seen that progress now, we're a quarter plus, a third of the way into the season now in Phoenix's case. How has that combination worked in the back now that you think about the different center back pairings, but Adewale in general?
I would say it's probably the same answer, at least similarly, compared to the number 9 spot. You know, there's a couple different looks that you're getting at here. Of course, James Musa, converted center back, coming out of the midfield spot. You take a guy who has a really good 2019 year, departs to Minnesota United, doesn't get a lot of looks within the first team, 6 appearances overall for Adrian Heath, and then You want to bring that in and then transition him. He's actually done very well for himself. His range of passing, for me, is one of the best in the entire league.
Yes.
Puts it on a dime in so many different areas on the field. And apparently, so do the tackles by Jesus Vasquez, their captain here in the 58th minute, picking up a yellow for his challenge on the backside. You know, putting this thing on the deck was where they were at their best in the first half, and when you drop down in for Rodriguez, he's just trying to quickly find the movement that's peeled in from Solomon Asante, who's trying to pick out the far post run Asante Mowar. It's the piece next to him that you have to figure out. Joey Farrell and Adewale are just two very different looks. And penning the opponent across from you, you can adjust. Given the way these guys like to attack, Adewale is the better look tonight. Teams that sit in a bit more and want to fight, that's a Joey Farrell move.
Aiden Quinn. Mowar. Is it wrong? I hope Phoenix doesn't score in the next 45 seconds, but does in the next minute and 45 seconds.
Not at all. To be fair, 40 seconds from now, we're good.
Asante rolls through, back heel, Asante off the post. It is time for the Sonic Happy Hour, brought to you by Sonic. If a Rising player scores during the 60th minute, one lucky fan wins a $500 Sonic gift card. More info, visit phxrisingfc.com/Sonic. Oh, man. I really thought Solo was going to ruin it. Who knows?
Instead, Vom Steeg ruins it for Phoenix Rising. That was the third for sure. Beautiful teamwork by Rising.
Corner. Lambert. Asante. There he goes. Asante. Corner. They're all cheering like we want that Sonic gift card.
And there it goes.
Next time. It was only going to happen when Josh was calling the game. Service is away by Vom Steeg. Quinn.
What a ball.
Header is off target, and Adewale was offside, even if Egbo was not.
Watch Aiden Quinn. This isn't supposed to happen, by the way. Catches it on the half bounce, in step, across the body. That's why you go get him if you're Phoenix Rising. Not necessarily a necessity of the addition in the midfield, but what a commodity he is to have alongside the likes of Solomon Asante, Santi Mowar, and of course Kevin Lambert.
Lambert there in the foreground. Not called in by Jamaica for the Gold Cup. It's always been a very fickle federation to play for, Jamaica. Fans will remember that it was back in the 2017 Gold Cup when Phoenix first got their really good look at Kevin Lambert. Jamaica, signed him, and have seen him blossom as the focal point in holding midfield. You have to feel a bit hard done if you're Kevin Lambert at this point.
I don't disagree with you. The other part of that argument is that when you look at the roster and the way it breaks down, a lot of foreigners for sure. And someone domestically that you're competing with, Speedy Williams. Think about the season that he had in 2020 for Louisville City. For me, I don't even want to say top 5, top 3 player in the league last year. Maybe the best.
Speedy.
Maybe the best, yeah. The way that he played. You know, he's not going to stand off because he doesn't bag 9 goals and 8 assists. But the work that he does, if you speak to any coach around this league, they'll tell you they could have their pick of the litter. Speedy Williams will be right at the top of that.
Davila comes off here.
Leading the match, number 34, Taylor Davila. Entering the match, number 74, Marcus Bergrenas.
Verkranis comes on. Delays entered the penalty area. Schmidt on his back heel. Hernandez. Oh, we didn't get very far there, did we?
There's definitely going to be a shape changer. He was one of the young men used by Greg Vanney, coming over from Toronto FC in the preseason on that back line.
Dev, you've had many of these talks. Is it typically pretty one-sided? No?
There's not a lot of lobbying to be done. You don't carry much water.
Hernandez. Mowar is taking this away, and he's on the loose. Mowar! No question. 3-0 Phoenix.
Splendid. Absolutely splendid from Santi Mowar. A man that was on fire to start the season. 6 games to start 2021. 7 if you include regular season matches at the end of 2020. Pocket picked on the back line, goes to work, the Super Spaniard. Ingenuity. How sweet it is from Santi Mowar. Bags himself lucky number 7 on the season. The drought is over. Good on you, son.
All this crowd did was say his name. And now he finally can unleash all the celebrations. He's clapping back to the fans now. That is his final bow. Done for the day. Gutierrez will come on in his stead. Look at that smile. Ball across for LA. Aguirre. Devin LA up trying to push there for a goal. And once you're caught out like that, every goalkeeper's worst nightmare is being isolated on what in MLS used to be the way they decided ties. All alone with no help coming from midfield.
The good old days.
Do you ever go back to that?
Would I?
Yeah.
Go back to anything. But no, the answer is no.
Musa. Can you imagine a ton of bricks like Tony Meola running out at you while you're trying to take a half-field penalty shot?
Absolutely, it haunts my nightmares every night.
I bet it does.
I can't even imagine trying to take him on, or any goalkeeper, to be fair.
Aguirre. Coyotes fans are over here like, we've been doing this for years. What are you talking about? Bawa inches it wide. Plenty of contact. A whistle. And it's going the other way. It's a foul on LA. Judd and Aguirre are having words here, and Judd caught Musa. Joshua Encarnacion is the referee. It's been a handful of controversial calls over the course of the day. Musa being attended to by the athletic trainer.
One more look at greatness. Normally the bullfighter teasing with red. Other way around here for Santi Moar. Some kind of goal. And of course, Ole on the tail end of it. And the little comment in the air. I saw you from afar. Turn that sub card in. I'll never forget what you did to me. You know, the second that he puts it into the back of the net, Ricks runs over to the scorer's table. Give me that back.
By the way, Deb, what do you think of the tops for the 4th of July?
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Takes me back to the '94 World Cup kick from the United States.
Sure.
I have one too, which is great. Those things go on the black market for like $1 bajillion.
But you're keeping yours.
I really like those. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. Can you open it?
Yep, I was just about that. Okay, tops up, undone.
Asante. Quinn. Rodriguez. Fans, be sure to get the Arizona Federal Credit Union to your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team. Spread the word. You can score $100 when you get one. I've got to say it, it's the coolest looking debit card I've seen. Visit ArizonaFederal.org/Phoenix Rising for more information.
Galaxy 2 on the road here. Just try and work your way back in slowly. Most likely, this is, you would imagine, the end of the line, as mentioned, coming in almost every single time these teams step on the pitch over the past couple of years. You're looking at a multi-goal game.
Bouncing through a deflection over Walls. For what it's worth, LA Galaxy, with that last goal by Santi Moar, just dropped into negative goal difference for the year. 21 rather allowed, and 20 scored. Corner. Bawa. Handball for Gutierrez. You see Gutierrez get a little more run out here. Only 13 minutes all season. He managed more minutes tonight than he has throughout the entire campaign. His 5th time in the 18. Free kick for LA. Ooh, Musa. Another corner. This came off the referee, and he's going to stop play. So it's a drop ball. Well, let's be honest, that's an odd one.
It's the right call, though. Comes off the referee. Drop ball.
King.
A strange sequence of events that took place previously with Phoenix Rising and how that affected the match on the ball that came off the referee in the middle of the field.
King. There's Lambert. Some good options here available to Phoenix should they dig a little deeper into the bench late in this game. Coming off a full week off, and with a week off ahead, you don't really have a lot of minute issues to think about either tonight. That's a bit of a rare luxury in truth.
No, but that being said, you do have to travel cross country if you're Phoenix Rising.
Yep, you're going away to Charlotte. And they're going to that newly renovated stadium too.
On a short week, I might add. So you're going to go from here to the East Coast to face Charlotte Independence, then turn around, fly the exact next day on Sunday for a midweek matchup at Oakland Roots. That's not an easy travel schedule.
Next home match here for Phoenix is going to be, you guessed it, against LA Galaxy 2, July the 17th.
Think about the journey they're on right now. Now, they're in the middle of 4 out of 5 on the road. Obviously, they lost at San Diego Loyal 2-1. And then the most recent match on the road up 2-0. Red card, drop 1. So after tonight, you still have to turn around and go 3 out of 4 on the road. A lot of enough fixtures right now that they have to be very careful on how they handle their players. Done well so far.
Caso. Notably, the weather has gotten far less dangerous for LA to play into. Look at that flag. It's lit with them. Vasquez helping to play out of the back. Goes over to Drac. Sante, high boot.
Hey, don't feel big, ref. That's a low blow. That's a good shot.
Yet another set piece here for Hernandez. He's had about a dozen here today, and a handful probably caused a bit of indigestion. That's better on the second ball, but Drac recovers once more. Just launched ahead. King, clearance falls to Hernandez. Hernandez knows he has that. When you're looking for options and hope, when you want world-class medical care and support from experts who can give you the answers you need, you know where to go. Mayo Clinic. Find out more at mayoclinic.org/Arizona. Sante rolls over, Aiden Quinn, Egbo. Egbo slides in. Vasquez hampered him all the way. Caro and Dadashov are waiting to come in for Phoenix. As this 3-0 lead continues to ruminate into the 82nd minute. Here are the changes. Dadashov set to replace Egbo. Egbo doesn't get a goal on this night. It was more about the work he did than anything else.
He did a great job at clogging out the space down on the inside, especially in the first half with the single pivot and Carlos Harvey. They removed the ability to play through the middle, forced them to the outside. And then Phoenix Rising taking advantage of that stretched shape of LA Galaxy 2.
Entering the match, number 9,
That'll be Macaro. Aiden Quinn off.
This is a very important 10 minutes here for John Vaccaro. For a guy that, since coming to Phoenix, has really never faced adversity, Mike. Always been the starter. Fallen out of favor a little bit in the lineup because of the quality play that Arturo Rodriguez has brought off the bench. He's done the same thing here tonight. And Rodriguez has earned that shirt. So now when you aren't exactly at the top of your game, How does that translate to a performance coming off the bench? Step in, give the manager something to think about come team selection in 7 days' time.
Victor Valdez has come on as well for LA Galaxy too. Dev, he was just, I mean, just at MLS Next Cup, right?
Go figure. Hop on a plane, jet setting from the 17-year-old.
Ball played across. Phoenix, one of the teams that most impressed at MLS Next Cup from the non-MLS side. Say that Sacramento Republic getting 2 teams into the Final Fours as well stood out. Asante beyond Dadashov.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Military Appreciation Night. A new club attendance record of 8,815. Thank you for supporting Phoenix Rising.
All the way toward the goal line. And Judd no closer to grabbing a goal here away to Phoenix.
He doesn't stop fighting though. Even this tiny little look up over the top, Preston Judd almost pulls out the brilliance. It's not exactly what Santi Mora was able to pull off, but still impressive from the youngster up top.
Rajas on, Vasquez off. And for LA, that is their final substitution window.
And a substitution for the Galaxy entering the match. Number 59, Felix Barajas. Leading the match, number 35, Jesus Vasquez.
Asante. Devin, the one thing you've done tonight as we take a look at tonight's stat of the game, brought to you by Sprouts, is these 3 goals, these 3 points. I mean, no one's going to jump you midweek. Still have games in hand on several teams behind you. Good ball ahead. Judd Rawls. And the flag had gone up as well.
Still a heck of a save by Rawls. Very tight line here as this ball gets played through. He's on.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Neck and neck with Adewale on the back line. Not many a player in terms of speed and athletic ability can get behind Toby Adewale. Hips get closed off a little bit. Great job from a visionary standpoint by Preston Judd to get in behind. Mike, I'm just kind of peeking around the corner here at some of the scores in the Western Conference. You already talked about the 1-1 comeback from Sacramento Republic on the road at San Diego Loyal. That's a quality result. But how about some of the other ones? El Paso Locomotive downing New Mexico United 2-1. Las Vegas Lights, Danny Mazovsky sighting, up 1-0 over Tacoma Defiance. San Antonio, another loss, this one at home at the hands of Austin Bold.
Asante combining with Baquero. And now again, Judd. Judd is through. Judd Rawls. Tremendous. And you can see is positively livid to be left out to dry again.
Well, he's asking for a little help out of the turn here, and the little jersey tug as it comes through. Not much in that. Judd goes to work. Not many times that we've seen this young man unable to tickle the nylon. Good on Andre Rawls to push this away.
Gutierrez got a piece and taxi. Give it back.
Yeah, that's the argument from Rawls, the jersey tug, not going to happen. Well done by James Musa to close the ground down. That's some kind of run.
Kevin Lambert having his right leg looked at here. Dev, you mentioned some of the other results out in the East. Birmingham sending Indy to a shutout loss. Pittsburgh over Charlotte. Of course, who Phoenix will see shortly. So Charlotte might be starting to descend a little bit in the Atlantic Division. There's actually multiple games out in the league tomorrow. Loudoun, Hartford, and Colorado Springs Rail Monarchs. If you really have nothing better to do, you can join me and Devin for them both. Fireworks are starting to fly here. There will be a post-game fireworks show, and Rick Schantz promised some fireworks in this game. I think they've more or less provided.
How about the fact that, and I mentioned San Antonio losing again, they haven't won a game since Saturday, May 22nd. That's 8 games. Wow. For a team that started red hot. Now 6 draws through 11 matches. I will say, coming in, I saw the injury report for them tonight. PC, Carlos Mercado, Connor Maloney, Jordan Peruzza, Axel Schuberg, Chris Lemma, all out. They had to bring in 3 academy players, including a 17-year-old at goalkeeper, to help out as the backup. Good thing you got a great academy, but that's why results haven't gone their way.
Problem is they're about to be on national TV on the 17th and the 21st. They end up not being a very good look the way things are turning for them. Joey Calistri will come on for Arturo Rodriguez. Good on Arturo. Another strong performance in midfield, and then Ryan Flood comes on.
Number 21, Joey Calistri. Leaving the match, number 12, Arturo Rodriguez. Also entering the match,
There's an
number 4,
injury on
Ryan
the field,
Flood.
but we did begin stoppage time. It's brought to you by Sprouts.
Number 27, Kevin Lambert. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th official on the field indicated that there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time remaining in tonight's match.
Well, that's going to bring a card. And Vaquero still trying to find the grip of the road in this game. And let's say this, Devin. Didn't sound like Rick Schantz was overly moved by how the subs changed the game last time out.
No.
Which was, in his words, first time he had felt that way all year. It's different coming off the bench than it is starting. Your role is theoretically different.
It's very difficult to get acclimated to the game. That's the most important thing. When you come off, the mindset has to drastically change. You go from observer to participant, and the brain just moves in a different manner. To jump into that level, no whistle had already blown.
Yep. Wazadu for Kranis. Fired that into the net. but you get the feeling that with Baquero, so used to starting and now having all that depth in midfield, he's going to have to earn it every time. Gutierrez crossing short of Dadashov. Short corner. We're into the final minute now. Is there one last firework to go?
That's what you want, though, if you're Rick Schantz. You want depth within this roster. Everybody fighting each other. Situations like this, 3-0 in the 94th minute. Can't give a goal up here. Come off and make an impact. At any area of the field, Mike, honestly.
That's Flood making his impact.
You get all week long in training, even if you're coming off the bench. 25 minutes, 5 minutes, or seconds. I said to you early on, give the manager something to think about. Remember, all these games coming up, the road travel, he's going to have to rotate. Why should you be next on the team sheet? That's what these moments are about.
And that's it. Phoenix is holding on to first place. They've expanded their lead in the Pacific Division. 3 goals and 3 points on the eve of the 4th of July. Fireworks on the field, fireworks to come, and Rick Schantz and Junior Gonzalez meet after an impressive Phoenix victory in the elements. Well, we're going to wrap this one up, and then we're going to take in some of the fireworks as well. There's a smoke as well here at Wild Horse Pass. Phoenix 3, LA Galaxy 2-0.
The unknown is not empty. It's a storm that crashes and consumes, replacing thought with worry. But one thing can calm uncertainty: an answer, uncovered through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. An answer that leads to even more answers. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Post-game here, and it is all smiles. Fans haven't gone anywhere because soon they are going to shoot fireworks into the sky to commemorate the birthday of the United States. 3-0 Phoenix over LA Galaxy 2. Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, and our entire team taking you through the full-time highlights. We start in the 19th minute of play. The wind and the rain was vicious in the first half. Tate Schmidt didn't care.
He's officially become a frenemy. The guy who helped take this team down back in 2019 en route to a title with the Real Monarchs has now scored 2 goals in 4 matches for Rising. How about the transition going the other direction, though? Watch Solomon Asante. Good first touch, better second, but the third, absolutely sublime from Solomon Asante, who now has 48 regular season goals. The hunt for 50 is on. Santi Moar on the other end, just prior to his department from this game. Nice little touch, off to the races. Toro, ole, Santi Moar. Quality finish 7th on the year, 3 assists to boot, 10 appearances overall for the Spaniard.
Here is the Pacific Division as it concludes for the weekend, Devin.
Job well done. This was a professional performance. You know, you can pick a team apart any point in time. Even Rick Schantz admitted that at this level, there are always going to be problems and issues, but this team in the first half handled its business. That was the most important thing. To come out unscathed and with a lead was the most important. For Los Dos and Junior Gonzalez, it's been rough as of late. Yeah, a lot of young kids. You just talked about Victor Valdez coming over from an academy tournament. Tried to, couldn't succeed. They'll get back on track. Their methodology will be just fine.
So for our entire View Globe Connect team, led by producer Sharni Yerkel, director Gage Tiatson, and Miguel Minea, Devin Kerr alongside Mike Watts saying so long. Phoenix 3, LA Galaxy 2-0. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.